Looks like it's a case of you win some, you lose some, where crypto taxes are concerned in Asia today. Welcome to the Daily Forkast April 1st, 2022. I'm Megha Chaddah of Forkast, covering all things blockchain. Doesn't matter where you are, paying tax is inevitable. And while Indian investors are none too happy with the new taxes they now have to pay, things could be looking up in Korea, where President-elect Yoon's crypto campaign promises under review. We'll take a look at those stories plus a whole lot more coming up. Let's get you up to speed from Asia to the world.
Join thousands of NFT traders who already start their day on CryptoSlam.
Let's kick off with a controversial crypto tax law that's taken effect in India today. Investors in the country now face a 30% tax on all gains made on cryptocurrencies. The tax framework, which was passed by India's parliament just over a week ago, also forbids investors from offsetting losses suffered from digital asset investments. Meanwhile, a 1% tax deducted at source or TDS on every crypto transaction will also be applied on July 1st. The announcement by India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman of the new laws back in February was met by a backlash from investors. The hefty tax is expected to convert day traders to long-term investors or even drive them to regions with more crypto-friendly regulations. And over in China, pilots for the country's digital Yuan project are expanding again. While an official announcement has yet to be made, residents in 5 more Chinese cities are now able to sign up for digital Yuan wallets. Users of the Chinese social media platform Weibo in Hangzhou, Nanjing, Tianjin, and Quanzhou all said they were able to open wallets yesterday, with one saying they got a 40 Yuan bonus for doing so. While reporters for local media in Guangzhou said they had been able to pay for groceries with the digital yuan at Chongjia Plaza Mall. Though a list of the third batch of pilot cities has not been officially released as yet, Chinese media reported that only users in pilot cities can open a wallet. In its March work plan meeting, the People's Bank of China said pilots of the e-CNY would be expanding this year. Meanwhile, the historical transaction value for the digital yuan topped $11 billion by the end of last year. You can find those stories and lots more at Forkast.News. Over in South Korea, President-elect Yeol is staying true to his campaign promises on cryptocurrency regulation. The Presidential Transition Committee has started reviewing Yoon's plans for reapproving initial coin offerings or ICOs and raising the tax threshold for cryptocurrencies in the country. Meanwhile, South Korean banks may soon seek a green light for crypto operations. Forkast's Danny Park takes a look at the developments.
The Transition Committee is now reviewing changes for the country's blockchain and crypto sector in earnest. The committee's Economic Affairs Division has received suggestions from various groups, including the Korea Blockchain Association, which are almost identical to what Yoon promised in his campaign.
여러 이제 후보들께 산업의 어떤 진흥과 소비자 보호 이런 어떤 취지에서 공약에 관련해서 건의 내용을 드렸고, 이 내용들은 저희 주요 회원사들의 어떤 의견을 충분히 수렴해서
First is to allow initial coin offerings or ICOs under the premise that investor protection measures are sufficiently constructed. And second, raise the tax threshold for crypto gains from 2.5 million Korean won or over $2,000 to 50 million Korean won or more than $41,000. Which would align with the threshold applied to stock gains. The association says if the coming administration accepts the proposals, then it will yield positive results for the industry.
민간의 어떤 자율과 장의가 꼽힐 수 있도록 한다면, 로블록스 같은 기업도 여러 개 한국에서도 좀 만들어질 수 있고, 또 관련해서 콘텐츠 크리에이터나 개발자 등도 한 200~300만 명 이상의 고소득 일자리가 창출될 것이다. 저희들은 그렇게 전망하고 있습니다.
Meanwhile, the Korea Federation of Banks, or KFB, may soon request the incoming administration's approval for local banks servicing cryptocurrencies. In a leaked draft report, the KFB, which is the largest body representing South Korea's domestic lenders, said banks should be allowed to pursue virtual asset businesses, including crypto trading platforms, e-wallets, and custody services. The first draft of the report, aiming to deliver key opinions of the banking sector to the Presidential Transition Committee, was distributed to local banks for review. However, a representative of the KFB told Forkast that the content in the leaked report is not final, meaning that the banks may not push through with the request. For Forkast, I'm Danny Park.
And finally, could the golden days for the NFT market be over? Well, with the number of unique monthly buyers in March falling by over 30% from February's figures. And those figures, remember, were a 6% fall from January's all-time high. We have entered bear market territory. Forkast Lachlan Keller takes a look at the health of the industry.
While some data is yet to be collected, figures for March so far show the lowest sales numbers since July last year, with just over 600,000 unique buyers in the month. While the significant decline may put some new investors off from entering the market, one industry watcher says he isn't concerned about his long-term health.
People are just kind of waiting and holding and seeing if the scene's changing a little. I think they're waiting for something fresh. So while there's definitely been a pullback from what we were seeing in January, February, it doesn't feel like our traditional bear. And if this is what a bear market is now, I think we're in for a really exciting bull run, one that might not be, something we've seen before, something really big.
Despite the downturn, some collections, like the second series from the popular World of Women collection, which falls under the umbrella of Bored Ape Yacht Club creators Yuga Labs, continue to do well.
We call them blue chips, which is funny to talk about an NFT as a blue chip, but there's certainly blue chip brands, again, like Bored Apes or CryptoPunks, and World of Women is considered a blue chip. And Cool Cats, CyberKongs, yeah. So when those projects release, a new family, a new collection, your NFT investors are comfortable with the brand, they trust the team, and they're definitely willing to trust them with their ego.
The declining sales numbers contrast with the broader crypto market, which has seen steady growth in recent weeks until somewhat of a downturn into Friday morning Asia time. Some have speculated that an inverse correlation has emerged between the two markets. Petra admits this makes sense superficially, with more people willing to buy NFTs when the absolute value of ETH is lower. However, he also says the market is still so new that it remains hard to figure out what people are and aren't willing to do in the space. In the meantime, after months of speculation, the largest NFT marketplace in the world, OpenSea, has confirmed it will begin supporting Solana-based NFTs this month. Pesha says that grants extra exposure to collections otherwise not listed on OpenSea, while investors will be grateful for having an alternative to paying high ETH gas fees.
Bringing cheaper options that don't have those associated fees is a win for everybody. It's good for growth. It's good for the investors. It's just good everywhere. Every way I can look at this. I think the more blockchains you can integrate into a single platform, the better all around for all of those reasons.
Ultimately, despite technically being in a bear market, sales figures are still significantly higher than during what was considered a bull run early last year. For Forkast, I'm Lachlan Keller.
And that's the Daily Forkast, bringing you what you need to know in the blockchain world from Monday to Friday from our vantage point right here in Asia. For more, visit Forkast.News. I'm Megha Chaddah. Until next time.